starts tonight as Britain's #1.
That is one of the best performances of Alex Moon's career.
Moon defending his Commonwealth title for the 3rd time. It could be Pithie's last championship chance. Let's face it, both men have had their setbacks along the way, but even at this stage in their careers, the big paydays could be in front if they come through this one. It makes it just about the most important fight in either man's career, and it should be good tonight live here. Duke Mackenzie is alongside Nicky Piper. Nicky himself a former Commonwealth champion, of course. But Nicky, I put this to you. This is one of the more important Commonwealth title fights staged in British rings in recent years.
Yeah, it certainly is, because the winner of this will go on to, as you said, some big domestic showdowns. We've also got Scotland's unbeaten Willie Limond. There are 4 or 5 other big fighters in this country waiting to take on these guys. Some good matches, big paydays.
Duke, just checking the ages here. Moon at 30, Pithie 28. Who has weathered better, in your opinion?
I would imagine so, that Pithie might have just slightly weathered the better. I mean, Moon's a little bit of a late starter. He should be in good shape. Obviously, you know, the championship's on the line here. But, you know, I think Pithie's just might have the edge in that department.
Let's see what clues we could garner at the weigh-in here, Duke. Pithie first onto the scales. No problems at all during the 9-4.
No,
at home, of course.
He looks nice and more. He looks nice and confident. He doesn't even look too drawn around the face. You know, but he knows this is his last chance at the big time.
But we understand that the Pithie camp believe that it is Alex Moon who has struggled. He did do the weight okay in the end, but that is the reason for their confidence here. Do you understand that?
I totally understand it. You know, I've struggled for weight throughout my whole of my boxing career. Just looking at Moon now, look how tight his skin is actually on his body. Isn't he? Yeah, and his head absolutely looks a little bit really drawn around the face and around the eyes, which would suggest that he's been tight making the weight.
Thank you, gentlemen. Our commentary team tonight should have all the inside information they could require. Spencer Oliver with Adam Smith.
Yes, Paul, 2 of our most experienced domestic operators who finally meet after 12 years. They've known each other for such a long time, and Spencer, you know them so well. You've trained Dean for 5 fights, and you've sparred with Alex Moon. Who has the edge?
I've been in the ring with both of them, and it is going to be a very close contest. I lean just towards Dean Pithie on the better boxing skills. Alex Moon, he's the more persistent, keeps coming very tough, but this could go right down to the wire.
It's a vital night for Dean Pithie. There he is backstage, looking rather pensive. It's so important, this one. He can't mess this up.
Well, I know I've been speaking to him all week, and he sounded so confident. You know yourself, we spoke to him just a couple of hours ago, and he really was buzzing, but he does look very nervous there.
And as for Alex Moon, well, he's been pretty confident all week, and fairly tight at the weight, but looks big for a super feather.
Moon certainly has the size. He's certainly much bigger than Dean Pithie. He looks the one that's struggled more to make the weight. He's certainly much bigger, but I lean towards Pithie.
Can Pithie's crowd help him? First up, we have an unbeaten middleweight from these parts. It's Coventry's Stephen Bendall in his 17th outing against the young Ukrainian Filip Bystrikov. Let's join our master of ceremonies, Noel Ennis.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Skydome Arena in Coventry for tonight's championship boxing, brought to you by Barry Hearn and Ringside Boxing Promotions in association with Capital Promotions UK. Sponsors for tonight's show are Hasselroda Premier Beer, and you're joining us live and exclusive on Sky Sports Television. All tonight's officials have been appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control. Inspectors Bob Rice and Graham Bingham. Area representatives Dave Roden and Les Potts. Timekeepers Harry Foxall and Brian Heath. And your referees in charge of tonight's action are John Keane from Northampton and Spencer Alton from Derby. Your matchmaker for tonight is Mr. Neil Bowers. Those are the officials, and these are your contestants. Firstly, introducing to you in the red corner, wearing the black and white shorts, he weighed in at 11 stone and 4 pounds. He comes into the ring with a professional record of 9 contests, winning 8, 2 inside the scheduled distance and 1 loss. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Ukraine, Filip Bystrikov. And in the blue corner, wearing sky blue shorts, he weighed in at 11 stone, 8 pounds and 5 ounces. He comes into the ring with a professional record of 16 contests, winning all 16, 9 inside the scheduled distance. He is currently the WBU and IBO Intercontinental Middleweight Champion from Tull Hill in Coventry, Dean Pithie.
When I tell you to break, I want you to stop boxing and step back. Understand? I want nothing behind the back of the head. Keep your punches up. Shake hands, flat boxing.
As a professional, he's been a bit of a mystery middleweight, but as an amateur, he was class. Coventry's unheralded Stephen Bendall, a talented southpaw who's been plagued by problems outside the ring and has yet to really capture the imagination inside it. He has compiled a record of 16-0, fight number 17 against an international whose form is even less known in Ukraine's Filip Bystrikov here in the black trunks. But at last, a chance for Bendall to showcase Spencer and a fighter you'll remember well from your boxing past.
Yeah, Bendall boxing the AVA finals the same year that I did. I know Bendall quite well from the amateur days, but haven't seen nothing of him as a professional. Good southpaw, classy boxer Bendall. He's got 9 knockouts on his record. He wasn't a big puncher as an amateur, but obviously hitting a bit harder now.
He's got a huge size difference here. Advantage over the Ukrainian, who weighed in at 11.4. Really a welterweight stroke light middle, and Bendall looks enormous in comparison.
Well, Bendall has got an enormous height and reach advantage, and he's got to use that to good effect. Starting well here.
The stocky Bystrikov, who has won 8 of his 9. His one defeat did come inside the distance. Most of his boxing in Russia. And as for Bendall, well, he's come up the silent route, I think is probably the right word, but the British middleweight scene is very wide open at the moment. So could this just be one of those slow burners who will finally come through? Good fast hands.
Yeah, good confident start from Bendall. He can't allow Bystrikov to get inside, because that's where the Russian will be comfortable. Bendall's got to work well behind that southpaw jab, as he's doing.
Oh, left hand! Floors Bystrikov, who goes down heavily and gets up very quickly. John Keane takes the count up. Well, could this be a bit of a mismatch? Another left, straight down the barrel, and Bystrikov has to hold on.
Yeah, solid left hands from Bendall. He can't miss with that shot. Again, getting through with the left hand.
But he's in serious trouble. The 21-year-old from the Ukraine, and to the delight of his Coventry crowd, Stephen Bendall putting on a show for them. It's only the second time he's fought in Coventry since the amateur days. He's been hidden down in the West Country and fought over in South Africa. But now at last, a chance for us to really see his potential.
Bystrikov trying to fight back there.
Well, as he goes hazily back to his corner, Bystrikov. What on earth will Filip say to him? It's going to be very, very hard. That was a quality start from Stephen Bendall, and a beautiful shot.
Yeah, lovely left hand straight down the middle from Bendall. Great shot. Bystrikov was just there, no head movement from Bystrikov. Bendall landed the shot flush, didn't rush in afterwards, took his time and picked the left hands beautifully. Bystrikov needs to start moving that head. Bendall can't miss at the moment with that straight left hand.
Not known as a dynamic puncher, Stephen Bendall has got 9 inside the distance wins. And there's trainer Trevor Francis, Dean Francis, his father, with Stephen Bendall. Here's the second of 8 in the 11 stone 6 middleweight division. It's the sky blue colours of the tall, rangy southpaw Stephen Bendall, and Filip Bystrikov, his latest opponent, is having all sorts of difficulty coming to terms with the size, reach and speed of Bendall.
Yeah, Bystrikov really does look 3 weight divisions lower than Bendall. There's no head movement from him at the moment, and Bendall can't miss. In there with those straight left hands, working well behind the southpaw jab as well. Bendall, good classy display from him early on here in this contest.
This year he's beaten a couple of Eastern Europeans in Ahmet Dotuev, the former light middleweight world title challenger, and last time out, Victor Fisechko, our old friend who comes over from time to time from the Ukraine. It was a 10th round stoppage. Normally pretty methodical, Bendall, but he's obviously looking to put on a display here and show that he's got real power too. That's a great left as well. Can't miss with that punch.
No, excellent shot straight down the middle there from Bendall. Bystrikov really can't find a way in at the moment. He's just rushing in. He needs to slip from side to side and start working the body from Bendall. Stephen Bendall in complete control in there at the moment.
Every time Bystrikov gets near Bendall, who has got a cut by the right eye, well, maybe that's from bustling inside the heads met from Bystrikov, who's been spurred on by that, but almost certainly to eat up more ammunition from Bendall. That's a surprise.
Yeah, it must have been from a clash of heads there, because Bystrikov hadn't landed a decent shot before that. That has spurred him on a little bit. He come forward trying to put a little cluster of punches together. Bendall's kept his cool though, working well still behind that southpaw jab. And what a left hand again from Bendall.
Oh dear, Bystrikov is dropping his hands, and that's a massive mistake.
Again, the heads coming dangerously together there.
There's more blood from the eye of Bendall, just round the side. And that really slashed across the face of Stephen Bendall. And another left hook from Bystrikov worsens the eye. Well, this will be an absolute travesty for Stephen Bendall if that was to get any worse. And there's blood freely flowing. Well, expert cutsman Mick Williamson working on the right eye of Stephen Bendall, which was from this head clash.
Yeah, you see the head clearly going in there on Bystrikov. That's where the damage was caused. Bendall kept his cool well.
He's got the man in the corner, Ricky Hatton, calls God. Mick Williamson so often saves fighters and patches up the cut so brilliantly. And in fact, Stephen Bendall was cut in his very last fight against Victor Fisechko, but he kept a cool head to box his way to victory. So one hopes that will happen here, but certainly Bystrikov has been spurred on by it.
Bendall started this round carrying that right hand quite low. He's got to be careful. Bystrikov got inside again there with a nice couple of shots.
A real unknown, this Filip Bystrikov, but he's got some guts to have got up off the floor in the very first round and has won all but one of his fights. Only 2 stoppage wins, so a small man not with a big punch. Bendall can't get careless here. He's got to stick to the good boxing, like that head snap right back of Bystrikov.
Yeah, good left hand there from Bendall. That's where he needs to keep it. He needs to keep it at range. He can't afford to get in close with Bystrikov, because that's where he'll be comfortable. Short fighter likes to hook inside. Bendall boxing well on the outside. Good combination again from Bendall there.
Yes, he looks excellent when he has the room to move, such long arms, and it's always difficult to fight a gangly southpaw. And standing 6 feet tall, Stephen Bendall is that.
Another solid left hand again went in from Bendall. Bystrikov looks shaky on the legs there.
Right! Backing Bystrikov up well now. Bendall using his weight advantage and superior skills. Again, the jab followed by a very quick left hand. The perfect combination to use here. Putting up an effort though, this Bystrikov, isn't he?
Yeah, he's come back well after that first knockdown in the first round. Rocking again on the legs there. I think that was a little short hook from Bendall. Bystrikov has come back well. He's really trying to make a fight of this one. He hasn't come here to lie down.
There's a right hand that goes through from the Ukrainian. That's good work from Bendall though. Again, found the space to manoeuvre. And an excellent round of boxing from Stephen Bendall.
Look out for international football coming up for you on Sunday afternoon. Italy against the Czech Republic, England, Brazil in the under-17 international tournament. It's live only on Sky Sports 1 from 12:30. Some stars of the future in action there. Here in Coventry, some big hopes on the line. Spencer and Adam.
Yes, Paul, Stephen Bendall, the 28-year-old from the Tile Hill area in Coventry. Boxing well here against Filip Bystrikov, over from the Ukraine. Bystrikov down in the opener and in serious trouble, but has stuck it out. And Bendall also cut by the right eye, but that doesn't look in any particular danger. He looks relaxed now.
Good work again from Bendall there, getting through with that straight left hand. Looks good when he puts the combinations together, Bendall.
He's got plenty of talent, Stephen Bendall. He won 5 national junior titles, and another left hook rocks Bystrikov, who has to hold on a little bit like Latakwai Hammond did when he fought Junior Witter on Monday night. Really nowhere to go when they came together there, and Bendall could be on the verge of dismantling this brave but limited and tiny, to be perfectly honest, Ukrainian. That's a right hand, down he goes in the corner, just slipping onto water, but it's been counted. Down twice now, Bystrikov, and looking in serious trouble.
Well, Bystrikov was hurt from that first left hand. Again, Bendall getting through with another left hand, and Bystrikov looks on unsteady legs in there.
He's got huge calves, the stocky Ukrainian, and a big heart to continue to fight back against all the odds here. Punches raining in, and John Keane having a much closer look now at Filip Bystrikov, who's being picked off by this unbeaten talent from Coventry, who could just be a surprise to the middleweight scene. Only Howard Eastman out on his own as the leading British middleweight, and Bendall could be part of the mix. Good display.
Yeah, good boxing display from Bendall. As you said there, Howard Eastman, the only real star in the middleweight division, so it's wide open, this division. And Bendall certainly looks like he's got that class.
Bystrikov here on the end of a systematic beating, a pounding out from the fast hands of Bendall, who just let the left go slightly low and walked into one. But bar that, he's hardly put a foot wrong.
Yeah, Bendall is starting to drop those hands now. He has got to be careful, because Bystrikov is still in there and still game.
I'm very surprised this Ukrainian is still in the fight. He showed so much courage. And Stephen Bendall boxing beautifully. He's the corner with Trevor Francis now.
There was that big left hand from Bendall, really sent the shivers to the bottom of Bystrikov's boots. And then the knockdown, the good combination, finished off with a right hook from Bendall. There we see the hook going just through the guard of Bystrikov. Did seem to slip in the corner, but the shot was landed.
No huge reach advantage he gets with that jab, Stephen Bendall. And Bystrikov takes many deep breaths. But hey, to give him credit, he comes out for the second half of this one. The man in the black trunks and black boots, who just can't find any way past the jab and left of Stephen Bendall.
Yeah, not enough head movement from Bystrikov. He's just walking forward in straight lines, allowing Bendall to hit him with those straight lefts and the occasional right hook. Bendall's still got to be careful, keep those hands tight.
Yes, mustn't get overconfident here. Everything going so well. The cut-eye not a problem, and the skills very, very good from Stephen Bendall. But that's not surprising, seeing he was an English ABA light middleweight finalist. And now Bystrikov is offering less resistance and walks into more, and that's quite right. Well done, John Keane. A very, very good stoppage at the perfect time in round 5. And Stephen Bendall collects stoppage win number 10 and fight win number 17. And, well, he's probably ranked about number 8 in the country. But the likes of Anthony Farnell, Lee Blundell, the Australian Sam Solomon, who's based in London, above him. The gap to Howard Eastman, he could be up for a British title shot at some point.
Well, you'd think that at some point in the near future, Bendall would be up there. He is 28 years of age now, so they do need to make a move with him. Certainly an impressive performance there from Bendall. Good stoppage by the referee. Bystrikov was never going to get into that contest. He lost every round. An excellent performance from Bendall.
And good to see him at last, Stephen Bendall, with the Coventry colours wrapped around him. Good stoppage.
Yeah, good stoppage. There was a solid shot coming back now from Bendall. He gets through with some excellent... There's the left hand and then that right hook that really rocked Bystrikov. He was ready to go there, and Bendall was just going to pile on more pressure, and a great stoppage from the referee.
Coventry boxing starting to rebuild, and a quality southpaw here with Stephen Bendall, who at 28 now needs to get a move on and fight some of the top British men. But well done tonight. It was exactly the win and the display that he needed.
Ladies and gentlemen, in 1 minute, 2 seconds of round 5, your referee John Keane had stopped the contest with Bystrikov in no condition to carry on. Your winner from Coventry, Steve Bendall.
Why don't we get to know Bendall a little better in just a moment or two. Nice way for the crowd to start here, but it's the away fighter who defends the big title. Commonwealth super featherweight champion Alex Moon of Liverpool, defending here in Coventry in our top of the bill, coming shortly against the big local hero Dean Pithie. Excellent all-British matchup for the Commonwealth title belt tonight. We're all looking forward to that one. But in the meantime, well done to Steve Bendall. Could he be the next to put Coventry on the boxing map? Adam's waiting to speak to him now.
Stephen, congratulations. That's win number 17. the unbeaten southpaw from Coventry. Tell us a bit more about you, because we haven't seen you very much.
I'm a wanderer. I travel around a bit. I live in Bournemouth now. Still a Coventry kid, but I live in Bournemouth. I love it down there, but still represent Coventry and represent Bournemouth as well now, so it's great.
Your second fight up here since the amateur days, and a second consecutive win, a very good one against this tough little Ukrainian, but about time to see you in with some of the British boys?
Yeah, well, when my promoters think I'm ready, when my trainer thinks I'm ready, I'm ready for anyone, you know. I feel I'm good enough. I feel the big fights bring the best out of me. I was took it a little bit too easy today, really. I should have got caught with some silly shots, you know, but which Trevor will get onto me in the gym on Monday. But, you know, it's all about learning and hopefully getting right, you know.
It's a wide open division, the middleweights at the moment. I mean, Howard Eastman, the former world title challenger, may be in a league of his own. But below that, you've got the likes of Sam Solomon and Anthony Farnell, Lee Blundell. Ready for those?
No one scares me, you know what I mean? But like I say, when my promoters tell me I'm ready, when my trainer tells me I'm ready, then I'll be ready, you know.
And at 28, with this Coventry following, you've got places to go.
28 years young.
Well done tonight, Stephen.
Cheers.
Well, let's hope he does add some much-needed sparkle to the British middleweight division, Duke. If he keeps winning, his confidence can grow.
Needs to get going, Paul. At 28 years old, time isn't on his side. But looking at him tonight, he's got all the tools there. He's a nice, brisk, sharp southpaw, nice jab, went in behind it all night long. The other guy wasn't really in the fight. He needed to do what he needed to do, got in there and got the job done.
Nicky Piper, your assessment?
Well, he had big physical advantages, but the point is he used them well, and that's the thing here. He was landing with a good southpaw jab. I don't think his opponent realised, you know, worked out how to handle the southpaw. But a great knockdown in the first round. He was showing great power, terrific left hook, and here we see another angle. Very, very good punch.
Not meaning any disrespect at all to the opponent, Duke. This is a Ukrainian who's campaigned largely as a welterweight. Bendall should be doing this and finding the target with power, shouldn't he?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you know, bearing in mind what you just said there, this kid really has been campaigning as a welterweight, and Bendall got him out of there. It was a compassionate act by Roy Keane. It was called just at the right time. Kid was going to get knocked out. He'd been taking quite a lot of punishment earlier on, and it was just getting systematic and more systematic as the rounds went on.
I thought actually he was overusing the left hand. He was having great success, but it wasn't really much variety there. But then he started landing again in the fifth round, and John Keane, not Roy Keane. Roy Keane likes to fight, but then it was John Keane. Yeah, but John Keane was right to stop it. It was getting one-way traffic, and there's no point allowing the opponent to take too much more further punishment.
So we have the likes of Farnell, Howard Eastman, and beyond that, at least native British fighters in this country. It's sparse.
It's exciting. I mean, he needs to get more fights under his belt as Bendall. To get him with the likes of Howard Eastman, who is truly world-class, is maybe a step too far at the moment, but he's got to aim there and maybe keep working, and a few more wins like this, yes.
Little shot in the arm for Coventry once more, though, and let's hope he can continue that. After all, this Coventry revival is why we're here at the fantastic Skydome again tonight with the man who started it all, Dean Pithie. But those heady days seem a long time ago now. For Ed Robinson, in our top of the bill tonight, it's about last chance time for Pithie.
Dean Pithie's back. At home in Coventry and primed for one more championship chance. But Liverpool's Alex Moon's in his way. It's a clash that's been a long time in the making.
I could have met Alex Moon 7 or 8 years ago in the ABA semi-finals. He got beat by Steve Smith. I beat Steve Smith in the final.
We seem to have avoided each other all the time, so you know, maybe they were saving us for Saturday night.
They followed very different paths since the amateurs. Pithie was the hot prospect being groomed for the top, while Moon had to learn his trade way down the bill at home. But then the Coventry hero was ruthlessly exposed against Gary Thornhill, and his reputation forever tainted. And despite roaring back with some impressive performances, the talented former amateur standout has often looked vulnerable and his temperament suspect. He's lost when he shouldn't have, but if Pithie blows this chance, he'll have nowhere left to go.
You know, I've got no excuses this time. No excuses whatsoever.
This is a make or break fight, I think, for Dean. You know, even for myself, to be honest.
Moon's also had to overcome some bitter disappointments and even been forced to supplement his ring earnings as a minicab driver. But he's finally come through as Commonwealth champion. It's taken him 8 long years to overtake Pithie in the rankings, but defeat would mean that all that hard work's been for nothing. It's an absolutely crucial night for both men.
This is my opportunity to get to great crash right into the big fight. So, you know, it really is vital that I win on Saturday night.
It's now or never for Dean Pithie, and that is it. Simple as that.
As we mentioned, Spencer Oliver knows both men better than most. So, Adam, let's assess the tactical battle here.
Yes, Paul, both excellent amateurs and very decent, hard-working professionals. What have they got to do tonight? Pithie normally a very fast starter, and Moon maybe slow out of the blocks, but comes on well at the end, doesn't he?
Moon does come on well at the end, and that's where his strengths will be. Pithie is the one that likes to start fast, throw those sharp combinations. Pithie's got the speed and maybe a little edge in the power. Moon is physically stronger, but Pithie's got to look to jump on, to, you know, apply the pressure, dart in and out with those combinations. And for Moon's got to look to go forward, just keep plugging away and take Pithie into the later rounds.
What about that punch resistance of Dean Pithie? We've seen him go down to those body shots. We remember the sights of you training him here, banging on the canvas for him to get up, and he didn't. Will that tell in the end?
Well, it happened against Gary Thornhill, and it happened against Afif Jelty as well. Let's hope it doesn't happen here, but Alex Moon has got a good left hook to the body. That may be Moon's key shot.
I tell you what, Paul, it's a 50-50 pick and fight. Should be good.
Moon starting out tonight then as recognised #1 in the super featherweight rankings in this country, Duke. Overall, is that about right? Has Pithie slipped as low as 5?
I think he has slipped as low as 5. If you look at the top 5 there, Alex Moon #1, Kevin Lear's getting to be quite a top little fighter in his own right. Alex Arthur's a good little prospect. You know, Michael Gomez, okay, he's lost to Kevin Lear, but, you know, Pithie has gone down. But, you know, this is his chance. I think Pithie's going to come out on this fight, and he knows he can only go out one way, and that's all guns blazing. And if he's on top of his game mentally, where he seems to have the problems, he could create Alex Moon with a lot of problems.
Nicky, how much for Moon's reputation did the Commonwealth title defence, the last one against Mick O'Malley, the Australian, do?
Well, it did a lot. I mean, Moon is not known as a big punching boxer, but he boxed well. And it was a good win against a good opponent, and tonight I think he'll take a lot of confidence into the fight.
What are your memories of this one, Duke?
This was a good fight, you know, by both of them. But, you know, Moon here, he's very, very steady, doesn't do anything very, very well, does the basic things time and time again. He's a little bit of a slow starter, and he gets into the fight late on and comes on stronger and stronger. And he's very, very big for the weight. You know, I take my hat off to the kid because I know what he goes through physically to make the weight, so there you go.
This was only the 7th inside the distance win in his whole career, Nicky. What is it telling you about how he is starting to impose himself at this stage of his career?
I mean, it wasn't gained with knockout power as such. I mean, he worked the guy over, and the guy was tiring badly, and that's when the referee jumped in. He's not a real puncher. He works a lot, he boxes well, he puts on regular pressure. Whether he can do that and outpace Pithie tonight over 12 rounds is another question. It'll be a really interesting fight.
But Duke, is this why you believe that Moon is the more confident coming into this fight?
He has to be confident. You know, he's going in as the champion, and with that champion status that you get, it brings confidence with it. But, you know, Pithie will start hard and he will start fast.
Credit to Dean Pithie for the way he's come back from the disappointments which have littered his career after all. Early on there was Gary Thornhill, Andrew Matabola and Michael Gomez, and most recently this telling defeat against the incredible 40-year-old Afif Jelty.
Yeah, Jelty is one of the fittest men I've ever seen in his 40s. Tremendous body puncher. This, of course, Pithie has been stopped twice now with body punches. That's an obvious weakness, but Jelty is a terrific body puncher. Destroyed the hopes of many British fighters over the years, and a really amazing athlete. And it's no disgrace, but it does show the weaknesses there to the body of Dean Pithie.
Perhaps the best thing out of all of this, despite the setbacks, Duke, Pithie has now won 5 in a row. Do you believe he might have rebuilt his confidence?
That would have done a lot for his confidence, but you know what? When the going gets tough in this fight, as it surely will, Moon does have quite a good left hook to the body himself. When he starts letting go of the body shots, systematically, round after round after round, will Pithie crack? Will that mentality come back, where he's been hit and hurt again before, has to suck it up, and it might not just be there.
Thank you, Duke. That sets it up perfectly. After the break, Moon defending his Commonwealth title belt, but Pithie's whole career is on the line here. We have more live Masters football coming up for you on Sunday evening. All the action in the Scottish Masters from 6 o'clock on Sky Sports 1. That's on Sunday evening. Here tonight on Saturday Fight Night, our top of the bill, our MC here in Coventry, Noel Ennis.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening, the Commonwealth Super Featherweight Championships. Please welcome into the ring from Coventry, the challenger, Dean the Pitbull Pithie.
A maverick talent who at his finest is a skillful, fast operator and at his worst can offer little resistance when the engine seizes up. Dean Pithie's an odd but engaging personality who can thrive on the following from his Coventry faithful as he did in his career best win over Andrew Matabola up here. Or it can just be too much for him, as it was when he crumbled on this very canvas in his big night against Afib Shelty. Spencer, you trained him for both of those fights. Which Dean Pithie will turn up on this, his make-or-break night?
Well, I think there can only be one Dean Pithie. I think he knows in the bottom of his heart that it is make or break. He has to be firing on all four cylinders. He can't afford to be negative in this contest. He looks very relaxed, looks very confident.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the ring the Commonwealth Super Featherweight Champion from Liverpool, Alex Moon.
A chirpy cabbie who's finally made a boxing breakthrough. Liverpool's Alex Moon has never had things easy. Late-night taxi work to supplement his up-and-down career. Professional low points after amateur highs until he was crowned Commonwealth champion 16 months ago, which ever since he's made very much his own title. He may never be a world beater, but at this level, Moon's a solid boxer with bags of pride, and Spencer is pretty difficult to shift.
Yeah, Moon very, very strong. We've seen him in some good performances against Mick O'Malley, was just one classic. Very, very strong, very persistent. Not the biggest puncher out there, but he's very strong and keeps coming and throws an excellent left hook to the body.
These two have waited 12 years to meet. They were amateurs together, they've been professionals together. Look at how they line up. Pithie just the younger man by 2 years. Moon has the height and reach advantage, but was tight at the weight on the scales. He's big for a super feather, and he has the reach over Pithie. But the next set of stats, more interesting. Look at that. Professional debut, both at the same time, almost the same fights, rounds boxed and knockout percentage. Well, it's so even, isn't it, this one? It could go either way.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening, the Commonwealth Super Featherweight Championships. All tonight's officials have been appointed by the Commonwealth Council in association with the British Boxing Board of Control. Your steward in charge, Mr. Charles Giles. Your timekeeper for this contest is Harry Foxall, and your referee in charge of the action is Larry O'Connell from Kent. This is a super featherweight contest consisting of 12 3-minute rounds. Firstly, and introducing to you the challenger in the red corner. He's wearing the sky blue and silver shorts. He weighed in at 9 stone, 3 pounds and 12 ounces. He comes to the ring with a professional record of 30 contests, winning 24, 10 inside the scheduled distance, 4 losses and 2 draws. He is the former WBC International and WBO Supercontinental Super Featherweight Champion from Willenhall in Coventry, Dean the Pitbull Pithie. And in the blue corner, wearing the black and silver shorts, he weighed in at 9 stone, 4 pounds. He comes to the ring with 24 professional contests, winning 18, 7 inside the scheduled distance, 4 losses and 2 draws. He is the former WBU Featherweight Champion and current Commonwealth Super Featherweight Champion from Liverpool, Alex Moon.
We obey our commands at all times. Good luck to them. Take care. God, may the best man win. God bless.
A match the boxing connoisseurs have been talking a fair bit about since it was made, with totally split free-fight predictions. Alex Moon and Dean Pithie can both box. Outstanding amateurs who so nearly tackled each other. They turned professional at the same time, have sparred together, and now finally meet. It's the snappy skills of Dean Pithie, the man groomed from stardom but fell from grace, against the rugged determination of Alex Moon, who came up the quiet way but is now in control of the Commonwealth title. At this level, it could be an engaging affair between two fighters who at this stage cannot afford to lose.
Well, I'm amazed that it has taken this long for these two to get together. Right back from their amateur days, they've always been round and about to box each other but never been drawn out the same hat. And now it's happening. This is a real even money contest. Dean's got to start fast. He's got to look to put those combinations together. But Alex Moon will be looking to take this one into the trenches in the later rounds.
Already a reddening on the face of Dean Pithie. It's a fast, electric start from both men. Pithie was so fired up a couple of hours ago. He wanted to get the fight on here and now, and then looked a bit nervous backstage. He realizes that this is the one he can't afford to slip up in.
Doubling up well on the hook there, Pithie. Moon keeping nice and tight, just looking to bob and weave, get inside behind that jab. Good body shot again from Pithie there.
With the right hand, the Coventry man, so famous as the last man to beat Nassim Hamid, but unfortunately can't hold that tag anymore. Now he craves for his first major title. Did win an Intercontinental belt when he was moving up the boxing ladder, but some serious defeats set him back. Boxing well, looking sharp. Says he's trained harder than for any fight in his life.
Yeah, he certainly looks in good condition, Pithie. Moon getting through with a good left hook of his own there.
Very well schooled boxers. Nice fast combination from Pithie, which Moon partially blocks.
Yeah, Moon covering up well there, getting the hands up nice and high at the start. Here, Moon, but Pithie done what he said he was going to do.
Straight left hook to the body from Dean Pithie, and one to the head. He looks really sharp tonight. It's an excellent opener from the local man from the Willenhall area of Coventry. Much loved in these parts, and determined to make up for lost time by capturing this belt. Pithie's round. Well, new trainer Steve Early there with Dean Pithie, saying he's boxing exactly as he told him he should do. Very pleased with their first round.
Yeah, good start from Pithie, drove in the body shots well there. Good right hand to the body, and then the hooks, switching them from body to head. Alex Moon is a notorious slow starter anyway, but Dean Pithie done what he said he was going to do and start fast. Good
Here's
start.
the second round for the Commonwealth Super Featherweight title. It's the third defence from Liverpool's Alex Moon, who's come down from the Pisackley area to tackle Coventry's Dean Pithie. And starting to get his jab working now, Moon, outworked in the first, and must stay with Pithie and not let a big lead slip. That's a good jab from Pithie. That rocks the head back of Alex Moon. Neither are huge punchers, but both could hurt the other. They can box, and they've got plenty of pride. It's a difficult one, this.
Yeah, they both punch with respect, not knockout punches. They do punch with respect. They're both wearing the Mexican raised gloves as well, which are punchers' gloves. Pithie just trying to take the centre of the ring in there at the moment, whipping out that fast jab.
Sometimes the Dean Pithie problem is that he charges in and is open to the right uppercut and other shots on the inside, but he seems to be boxing at distance tonight, unlike his tag on the shorts of Pitbull. Right tactics.
Nice left uppercut, right hand there from Pithie, two-punch combination, boxing well here, getting off first with his shots. Moon needs to get inside that jab of Pithie's and let his own combinations go. Pithie's boxing the better at long range here.
Just a slip there for Dean Pithie. Some water in the red corner, his own, which Steve Early and Jack Weaver clean up. The new team with Dean Pithie under the Capital Promotions banner. There's been a surge of boxing here in Coventry, and it's given Pithie a new lease of life. And look at how he's taking this chance so far.
We're not seeing too much from Moon at the moment. Spending a lot of time just bobbing and weaving, slipping side to side, but no punches actually coming back. Good shot there from Moon, though. Got through with a sneaky right hand.
Yeah, it's best right that Alex Moon's thrown in the first 6 minutes. Apart from that, it's been all Pithie. Moon needs just to hold his ground and use that extra bit of weight. He's the bigger man on the night, and he needs to make that count.
Yeah, Pithie the one dominating on the outside at the moment. Moon needs to get this fight in close.
Good right from Pithie, and again his round. Welcome back to the Skydome commentary. Here's Steve Early in the corner of Dean Pithie, telling him that he's sensational. Well, he's boxed very, very well for the first 2 rounds. 111 thrown to Moon's 84, more landed for Pithie too. But interestingly, in the other corner, John Smith said champion's round. What did you think?
No, I think that Pithie's dominated those first 2 rounds. He's the one getting off of his shots first. He seems the sharper of the 2 in there. Moon is a notorious slow starter, though. We've seen it time and time again. Moon will pick up from round 6 onwards. That'll be his territory. Pithie dominating early here.
It's the black and silver trunks of the 30-year-old cab driver from Liverpool in his 25th outing. Pithie in his 31st. Moon, who won this Commonwealth title in March of last year with a controversial win over Charlie Shepherd, which most people felt he got. And then he's defended twice against a couple of Australians, Kareem Nasher and Mick O'Malley. It's a bit of blood on the forehead of Dean Pithie. Not sure where that's come from.
Moon just starting to find the range with that right hand. Pithie got to be careful, carrying his own left quite low.
He was saying beforehand, Pithie, that Alex Moon has boxed exactly the same from when he was an amateur, having over 100 contests there, very good one, till today in 2002. You've sparred with him, is that right?
Yeah, Alex has always had that sort of style. It's obviously effective, though, through what he's won in the amateurs. He's done well as a professional. Very strong little fighter, but Alex has been the same for a number of years. And I know these two have sparred before, but that was quite some time ago.
Yes, it was when they were both boxing for England alongside Spencer Oliver here. Both nice characters as well. And it's good that Alex Moon has managed to win a Commonwealth title. But will he keep hold of it?
Nice work again from Pithie. Pithie's the one getting off with the shots first. Haven't seen too much from Moon yet. Moon needs to start letting his own shots go.
Looks so very sharp, Pithie, who's trained 5 days a week, 3 times a day. He said, any worry about that weakness to the body, you can throw out of the window because my body is armour-plated. How does he look to you? You haven't been so close to him this time, but physically?
Physically, he looks in great condition, Dean. Not carrying any weight, looks solid all round, as does Alex Moon. I think they're both up for this one. They're both in tremendous shape.
Moon is doing a bit of sparring with Peter Coleshaw, just who moved him around up in Liverpool. Always trains fanatically hard, but is having difficulties getting into this one.
Live horse racing action for you here on Sky Sports Sunday. The meetings at Haydock and Bath. That's from 3 o'clock on Sky Sports 3. And on Monday evening, the meetings from Windsor and Wolverhampton. That's from 6:30 on Sky Sports 1 on Monday evening. This one's off to a pretty brisk start too.
Extremely fast ball. A terrific pace being set by Coventry's Dean Pithie, looking to re-establish himself in the super featherweight division, currently ranked about 5. And as Larry O'Connell just puts one of the advertising boards back in place, Alex Moon possibly the #1 in the country. Kevin Lear would debate that. He just had that terrific win over Michael Gomez. And Alex Arthur, the Edinburgh fighter, well, he may be the best of the bunch, but at the moment this is a very good match for the Commonwealth title.
Yeah, Pithie got off to the better start. Moon getting through with a good right hand of his own there, and doubling up on the left hook. Pithie got to keep the hands tight.
Terrific work from Alex Moon, who smiles at Dean Pithie. And back comes the Coventry super featherweight with a combination of his own, and glares down at ringside. He's very, very focused, Pithie. But it's Moon who's been on the roll of late and who's been fighting in championship class. Will that make a difference?
That's a good start to this round. We know Moon's a slow starter, and he started this round very, very well. Got through with a couple of good right hands there. No head movement from Pithie. Let's see him slipping a few more of those shots.
Moon just waiting, trying to throw out the extended left jab, but being beaten to the punch in the middle of the ring by Pithie, who puts a sweet uppercut on the inside, which follows a couple of jabs. This is quality boxing from two good British operators who are not going to set the world on fire, but they're giving the crowd here plenty of enjoyment and showing us their skills.
Yeah, real even money fight here. Both trading blow for blow in this round. Moon started the round well.
Pithie just with a slight swelling underneath the right eye. Had a brutal battle with Michael Gomez for the British title, Dean Pithie did, which he lost on points. Both broke their hands in the fight. Both were on the floor. So any question mark over the heart or bottle of Pithie, whether he might have stayed down those couple of times he lost to body shots, well, that would be thrown out of the window on the Gomez performance. When he's up for it, he's very good, Pithie. Well, the local corner, but didn't he lose that last round, Spencer?
Yeah,
well.
Good work there from Moon. There was a solid right hand that went in. Again, from another angle. And Moon, for the first time, starting to get close. Pithie coming back with a good shot of his own. But for most of the round, the better work was done by Moon.
Here's round number 5, an intriguing encounter, which on paper looked good, and in reality is just as impressive. Good combinations from Dean Pithie, who had the better start, but Alex Moon just creeping back into it, as he seems to do. And it could be who lasts longer down the stretch. Moon, who failed in his British title challenge to John Joe Owen, but now holds this Commonwealth title, which can earn him a bit of money if he can keep successfully defending it.
Yeah, Moon's come on well late in his career, 30 years of age now, and really having his best spell. Just starting to get closer now, Moon working well behind that jab. Pithie needs to get that head moving, needs to start slipping inside those shots of Moon.
Low from Pithie there. Moon didn't complain. That was a better right hand that did get through from the Will-and-All man. And again, Moon looks open to that shot.
Yeah, solid right hand again from Pithie. Moon carrying that left hand quite low. Coming back well over the right hand of his own.
It's
really
tit for tat here. Very difficult to split these two. And Larry O'Connell, the man in the middle, who will be having to do that should it go the distance. He's got a hard task on his hands scoring this. Pithie complains, interestingly, that that was low. I wonder if he's going for the left hook to the body, Alex Moon. And they were talking about a 7th, 8th round stoppage being their pre-fight plan.
Well, Moon there, we see looking for that left hook to the body, looking to get closer now. See a change in the tactics now. Pithie, the one boxing the outside. Moon now pressing forward, looking to push this one on now.
Trying to get closer, Moon, but just leaves himself open. And the crowd here spurring Pithie on. He's concentrating, Dean Pithie, like I haven't seen him before in a long time. But has he got the willpower and the know-how to deal with a man in Moon who's got few faults?
Moon's very, very solid, loves to come forward, press on late in contest, and that's what he's doing right now. Keeping the hands up nice and tight as well there, Moon.
Well, how on earth do you score this round? It's got to be level, hasn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't separate them there. They really were trading blow for blow.
It's a great matchup and a great mix in a growing division. Worldwide, Acelino Freitas, the brilliant Brazilian knockout specialist who unified the titles when he beat Joel Casamayor. Steve Forbes, who's come up quietly to win the IBF title. WBC vacant because Floyd Mayweather's moved up to lightweight. He was won the WBC lightweight title. Kevin Lear with that win over Michael Gomez recently. Arguably our #1, or is it Alex Moon as the Commonwealth champion? And then European holder Afif Jelti, the man who's beaten both of these two in the 6th round, and last week, at the age of 43 and a grandfather, took the European title on foreign soil. Explain.
I cannot explain that. That man just amazes me. He's getting better with age. Afif Jelti, 43 years of age, and going to lift the European title. Amazing.
That's a phenomenal man. A bit low from Moon there, who is looking for those body shots. It was in this very ring when Spencer was training Dean Pithie. Matt Pithie fell in this round to Afif Jelti from a huge, wild left hook to the body. And, well, you tell me, why didn't he get up?
He got caught with a good left hook. It happened again when he boxed Gary Fournier. He got caught with a good left hook. It just really knocks the sails out of you when you get hit up the body. It really does kill you, and it's hard to get up from those shots. He didn't against Jelti. Oh, good work there from Pithie.
Doesn't look like he's going to come a cropper to that so far. Keeping his elbows tucked in. The Liverpool corner are saying he's tired. This is time to step up the pace, Alex Moon. But Pithie, to me, looks very fresh still.
Yeah, boxing well, Pithie. You can tell trying to put in a big effort to pick this up, claw his way back into it, getting through with the occasional right hand, Moon. Pithie needs to start moving that waist.
We know these two have almost identical records. They both were knocked out by Afif Jelti for the IBO title in the 6th round. Moon lost in Manchester. He was knocked out by a left hook to the head, which was a bad knockout, and he did well to come back and retain his Commonwealth title after that. That's credit to Alex Moon and his training team.
Yeah, he did really do well to come back from such a bad knockout as that one, and boxing quite well here, Moon as well. Pithie just with his nose in front at the moment. Good work again from Pithie, countering well with that right hand.
And again, terrific combination, speed and class from Dean Pithie. Is this the night that he puts it all together? The former amateur champion who's disappointed really as a professional. Is this when it comes good? Alex Moon getting a little bit desperate now. A couple of strayed low with the left hand. He really wants that Pithie body.
Yeah, that's the game plan, to take Pithie into the later rounds, work that body. But he has been working well in this round. Pithie's putting the combinations together lovely.
Well, what an excellent fight, tactically, for the boxing fans and the connoisseurs. And Duke McKenzie joins us at ringside. Duke, it's a fascinating one.
I'll tell you what, Dean Pithie's boxing absolutely out of his skin. He's winning the fight on the inside, he's winning the fight on the outside. He's going back quite deliberately, trying to draw Alex Moon in, and he's countering with right hands over the top. He's got a slight little mouse above his right eye, I think it is. Pithie's being very... He's boxing quite within himself. The pace of the fight suits him. You know, Moon's forcing the fight, but every time Moon gets on top, Pithie comes back with a nice little combination and nicks the rounds. That's what he's doing, he's just nicking the rounds. Not doing nothing crazy, just boxing well within himself and winning the rounds.
He's up at this stage, but Moon can come on so strong in the next half of the fight.
Well, that's where Moon likes to fight. He likes to fight in the second half of it. He likes to come on strong. I'm not saying he gave away the first few rounds deliberately, but we know he's a little bit of a slow starter. Pithie's got to be on his guard from here on in.
Second half of a thoroughly entertaining Commonwealth title fight at 9 stone 4. Remember, the champion Alex Moon from Liverpool down here in Coventry, away from home, and having to fight really the fight of his life to keep up with Dean Pithie. The talent from Coventry says he's the best fighter to come out of these parts since Errol Christie has never really proved it when the goings got tough.
Yeah, Dean's never got over that final hurdle when he's boxed all those titles. He's always seemed to come apart, but he's boxing beautifully here this evening. Just nicking the rounds.
Let's have a look at your scorecard. You've got Pithie now 3 ahead.
Yes, Dean's getting first to the punches, winning fights on the inside, the outside. Putting those combinations together well.
I have Pithie 2 up, and that's the genuine consensus at ringside. And he's starting to really believe in himself, Dean Pithie. There was a time when he won the Intercontinental title a few years back, beating Steffi Bull, but he defended against Paul Griffin, and he was firing on all cylinders at that time in his career. It took the left hook to the body of Gary Thornhill to derail him, but look how he's fighting tonight. Full of belief and confidence, and boxing like we'd always hoped he would.
Excellent cluster of punches again from Pithie. Moon's been found to wait one in there. He needs to get his own shots off.
Moon, who was outboxed by John Joe Owen and Afif Jelti. He dealt with the wild style of Karim Nasher. Mick O'Malley, his last opponent, was, to be honest, pretty faded. I wonder too if Moon's struggling at the weight. He came in as high as welterweight for a warm-up fight. before the O'Malley one against Peter Buckley, and he's so big for a super feather.
Yeah, I don't think that's no secret, Moon. You can tell, looks a weight division higher in there. He is very, very big for a super feather, but Pithie getting through some good shots there.
Moon winced at one that went in from the body, and 3 or 4 more to the head from Dean Pithie, who's putting on a boxing spectacular here in Coventry. He said he would, and at the moment, everything's going right for Dean Pithie. Left hook to the body, though, from Alex Moon, got through. Well, Pithie said he's trained hard, he's run well, and he looks in supreme condition. Interesting, these two fighters meet for the first time, and the two trainers actually sparred together, John Smith and Steve Early, and it's the first time they've seen each other in years. But it's the Coventry man who is well ahead, isn't it?
Yeah, Pithie winning now by 4 rounds on my card. Just burst to the punch, too sharp for Moon at the moment, but Moon coming back well at the end of that last round, started to get through with the occasional right hand. Pithie's got to be careful.
Here's the 8th. The round that Alex Moon retained his Commonwealth title against Mick O'Malley. But how easy a night was that for the Liverpool fighter, and how hard and grueling has this been. But there's time for him to get back into it if he can get some sort of foothold and really hurt Pithie now. That's what he's got to do.
Well, this is Moon's territory now. This is where he should be coming on strong.
The trouble is, he only has 7 knockout wins. Pithie has 10. The slightly crisper puncher.
Excellent work again there from Pithie. Clusters of punches getting through with the right hands. Moon still trying to press on hard.
Again, Pithie comes back so well with counters at distance. It's a real chess match, these two. Neither has looked in any particular trouble or likely to go down, but they've both caught each other with plenty of punches, and it's a classy affair in there.
Again, Pithie get through with that solid right hand, boxing well on the outside. Moon just can't get close enough at the moment. Pithie beating him in every department.
Liverpool corner shouting, pressure Pithie, pressure him, Alex. But he's having difficulty because of the speed and timing, which is so good tonight from Dean Pithie.
Yeah, it's all come together for him so far, but these are the danger rounds for Pithie. This is where Moon likes to come on strong. But boxing beautifully at the moment, Pithie, putting the combinations together well, head and body.
His trainer Steve Early had a call 2 years ago from Dean Pithie and said he wouldn't take him on unless he was really serious. And 6 weeks ago, he went to Steve Early and said, okay, I'm going to do this properly. And he's done it so far. But there are still over 4 rounds to go, and he cannot get careless, as sometimes he has done in the past.
Good right uppercut went in there from Moon.
Trying to cut off the corners, Alex Moon. But it was a better first half of the round for Pithie, and the experience of Moon trying to come on. Well, it won't steal the judges because there's only one of them tonight, referee Larry O'Connell. And he's far too experienced to fall for that trick.
Mum, how do you spell choir? That's a tough one, isn't it? You don't know, do you?
Mummy can't spell.
Mum!
Oh, sorry, darling. Oh, this is so embarrassing.
Get rid of your gremlins and get on. For a free video, call 08000 150 650.
Well, what are they doing up there?
They're all learning stuff.
Right, Cross. You'll catch him, I promise you. You are doing beautiful, buddy. Have a quick drink. Go on, son. Keep off, wait on him. Don't get involved in the draw. You've doing the best.
Very, very confident Steve Early with Dean Pithie really boosting him up, and look at how they're trying to get Alex Moon going in the champions corner. You've got to start working, they're saying. They know they're behind, and he's got just 12 minutes left to hang on to his Commonwealth title, Spencer, because Pithie is surely well ahead.
Yeah, I've got Pithie 5 rounds up now. In there, there's the speed of punch. Good combination again from Pithie. That's been the story of this contest. Pithie getting off first, putting those combinations together.
You don't win 6 national junior titles, box in the Europeans, win 61 of 72 amateur fights, including the scalp of Nassim Hamad, if you can't box. And tonight, Dean Pithie is putting it together in the professional ring for the best time ever, really. Just has to stick in there. Great right hand, and Moon has to give ground.
Good work to the body there from Pithie as well.
And again, the body shot from Pithie. He's hardly put a foot wrong. He's kept so sprightly on his toes as well tonight, Dean Pithie, moving brilliantly. Do you think he really is fitter than when he was with you?
But he's certainly putting the shots together better. He's working really well in there, but the thing that's been his advantage in this contest for Pithie is he's controlled the pace of the fight. He's boxing at the pace that he wants to. Moon's not pressing enough. Moon's just stalking forward and not actually doing enough work. Pithie's controlling the pace in there, and a pace that he's comfortable with.
An excellent rhythm from Dean Pithie. Wonderful uppercut from the Coventry fighter. Why didn't he do this earlier on in his career? There's so much talent. And, well, the two corners at ringside tell the story, really. The Liverpool, John Smith, Tosh Fielding, Benny King, all shouting at Alex Moon, and a calm corner from the local team. Brilliant, fast hands. And Moon, at the moment, has no answer to the steady pressure and superior boxing skills of Dean Pithie.
Yeah, Moon's face looking very red and swollen in there at the moment. Pithie getting off with those shots, lovely. And Moon just can't cope with the speed of Pithie. Lightning hands in there.
He puts clusters together very well, Dean Pithie. I remember that when he knocked out Andrew Matabola in a couple of rounds up here almost 3 years ago. That finish, the hand speed he's got.
Yeah, that's always been one of his strong qualities, Dean Pithie. Does put the combinations together well and got tremendous hand speed. Again, getting through with a couple of good shots. Now Alex Moon just left standing there.
No head movement from Moon. No effective pressure. It's another Pithie round, much to the delight of the Coventry fans at ringside who've come to support him.
Keep it up, listen to me good. Right over the top. He ain't catching you a lot of it, but he's catching you. The only way you can lose this fight is if you lose it. You are well ahead, you're boxing fabulously well, the best I've ever seen you box, and sharp. Do me a favour, just go out, go bang, bang, bang.
The best I've ever seen you box. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, Dean Pithie's boxing tremendous in there. This is just the quality punches he's been throwing all through this contest. The hand speed is tremendous of Pithie, putting the shots together, and it's all come right for him on a night that really was make or break. If he'd lost this one, Pithie, or if he loses this one, he knows it's over. At the moment, he's dominating, boxing like a man that knows this could be his last contest.
Here's the 188th round of Dean Pithie's career and the 158th of Alex Moon. Two consummate professionals who've given their all to domestic boxing over the last 7 years since they turned professional back in 1995 together. They've always wanted to meet. Tonight they have, and it has been Dean Pithie who has controlled this fight almost from start to finish. There is about 8.5 minutes left for Alex Moon to turn this around. Is it possible?
Well, at the moment, you would say it doesn't look possible. Pithie working well. Look at the combinations. Again, going in from Pithie. Good right hand back from Moon, though.
You'd wonder if Moon had a real concussive punch, then maybe he could just alter the outcome. Pithie must be so far ahead on the card of Larry O'Connell, who's actually wearing boxing boots tonight for the first time I've seen him, Larry, and he's needed to flit around these two. He's had to keep busy himself and not get involved.
Well, Pithie's certainly been covering a lot of the area of that ring, moving side to side, throwing those combinations, and away again.
Body shot went in from Alex Moon, and for the first time, Pithie just took a gulp of breath, and he's really going for that area now. Oh, this will be terrible if Dean Pithie subsides once again to the danger spot. Surely not.
He did seem to be momentarily hurt there. Pithie did bend over a bit, but still moving well, so seems to have got over it. Moon now boxing like a man that's desperate to find that one punch.
Moon really swinging these hooks. One or two straying low, but a couple hit the midriff as they tumble towards the Pithie corner. Both tiring now. It's been fought at a frenetic pace, and it has been an excellent match. No doubt about that.
Again, Moon looking for that left hook to the body. I think feels that Pithie's going down there.
Well, both managers are up at ringside as well. Kevin Houston urging Dean Pithie, his man on, and Tommy Gilmore saying, go for that body, which Moon's done again, and Pithie's hurt by the right hook. Well, are we about to have a turnaround? Dean Pithie holds on. He's trained so hard for 6 weeks, but did he really have to train hard all the time? Will it catch up with him?
For the first time, Pithie's starting to look a little tired. Good round.
Very
Alex Moon there.
Very, very weary when he comes back to the corner. Let's listen to Steve Early.
Come on, sharp, Dino, sharp. Don't let him catch you. Catching you, there's a jab's coming down. Don, it's got to come back. Please do it, because you've got 2 more rounds to go. You're the champion. You win these 2 rounds and you are the champion. You can't do nothing about it. Don't get involved. Keep standing back.
Please do it, says Steve Early. 2 more rounds and you're champion. Don't let it go now.
Well, that's exactly what it is. 2 more rounds. Moon, for the first time, getting close, letting those body shots go. Dean's got to keep moving now. Keep throwing those clusters of punches, because Moon's dangerous when he gets inside.
What a very, very weary Dean Pithie. At the end of the round, he's had a minute to freshen up. And there's 6 minutes for Alex Moon to try and force a dramatic stoppage, because surely he can't win on points. Spencer and I both got Pithie miles and miles in front. And he started this 11th sharp, Dean Pithie. He cannot afford to let himself get backed up on the ropes.
If he can't afford to stand still, he's got to give that lateral movement, moving from side to side. Moon's starting to find the range with that right hand now. Moon's the man that's desperate. He knows that he's only got 6 minutes to turn this one around. Surely he can't be in front.
Make or break possibly as well for Alex Moon, who at 30 is getting on for a super featherweight, but he would have a chance to come back. For Dean Pithie, this is everything. The last 5 minutes, I would say, are the most important 5 minutes of Dean Pithie's boxing career. And listen to these fans supporting him on.
Again, Moon going for that left hook to the body. Pithie looking tired now, starting to stand the ground.
Good right hand over the top from Alex Moon. But Pithie responds with an excellent barrage, although he suddenly looks shaky on his legs. This is a dramatic finish to what has been a beautifully schooled fight.
Yeah, been a tremendous contest. Moon again looking for them hooks. Getting through the right hook to the body. Pithie bending over. Pithie looking very tired in there now.
Moon throwing everything at Dean Pithie's body. Remember, Pithie said it's armour-plated now. Maybe he would have gone down to one or two of these in the past, and that's a credit to Steve Early and the Coventry team. But they're holding their heads in their hands now. They just want this final bell to come.
Good shot again from Moon. Moon's the one applying all the pressure in there, but look at the guts and determination of Pithie coming back with that combination. This turning into a real classic in there, real even money fight.
So much pride, so much courage shown from both men. That looked low from Alex Moon. Larry O'Connor was about to step in. Pithie didn't complain. He's just trying to hold on, Dean Pithie. Looks at his corner. And the gum shield starts to come loose as he blows for air. Well, watch these two. An absolute credit to the sport of boxing. A fascinating fight. And, well, we still aren't totally sure of the outcome.
Well, you'd have to say Pithie's got to be in front. There's a good round there for Moon. Moon applying all the pressure.
Well, look at that. Pithie landing nearly 200 punches to Moon's 160. It's been quality. Both corners shouting at their men. This means so much to them.
Keep sharp, don't get involved in the draw. If you do get flats, get off. Suck it in. Has to be snappy. Every punch has to be snappy. Bang, and it has to come back high. He's catching your buddy, but not as much as you're catching him.
You have Pithie fought up as we listen to wonderful corner sound from two teams who want this so very much, Spencer.
Well, they are both in a position where, like I said at the beginning, is make or break, even more so for Pithie. And he's a man, like he's fighting like that this evening. He knows that this would have been his last opportunity. And at the moment, I've got him with his nose in front by 4 rounds.
Final 3 minutes. Alex Moon surely will have one last surge. A huge effort for a man that has been 12 rounds before against Karim Nasher, before against Charles Shepherd, and before against John Joe Owen. He knows the distance, but Pithie is putting in a tremendous effort. The spirit and heart that the Coventry super featherweight has shown tonight. And oh, how he wants to hold on.
And Moon really going for this one now in this last round. Pithie trying to go with him, but Moon's the one that looks desperate in there, really piling on the pressure. Pithie hanging on in there now.
Pithie told us he was up for this. He was so confident. He was even talking about a Commonwealth defence against Craig Doherty from Scotland that's been promised if he wins this. So he was right. He's boxed the fight of his life. And still, he hangs in there, and Moon can't find the vital hooks to the body.
Moon complaining there that Pithie's head's going down too low. Moon again, the one really piling on the pressure here, but Pithie coming back with his own little bursts.
Recently, we saw a chess match between Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales, two of the very best fighters in the world. This has been one at a much lower level, but look how much it means to both of them. This is one of the domestic scraps of the year so far. We've had some good ones. Dickie Booth and Stephen Oates, Takaloo and Gary Logan. And this one has been quality because both have shown so much pride. But it's Pithie for me that deserves this.
Yeah, Pithie the one boxing the better all the way through this contest, putting the combinations together beautifully. Alex Moon, as we thought, has come on strong in the last 4 rounds. But Pithie built up a big lead, and Pithie trying to go with him here. What a tremendous last round this is.
punch for punch. After 11 rounds, at the pace they've set, particularly Dean Pithie, he can still put it all together. Look how much it means to the Coventry fighter. Everybody's on their feet here. They know he's got 10 seconds before Dean Pithie will surely be crowned the Commonwealth Super Featherweight Champion. It is the night of his life, and Dean Pithie finally comes of age. At 28, he's put together a boxing masterclass, and the Coventry supporters are on their feet. It was a mini classic. Look at Steve Early and Dean Pithie there. And Spencer, well, you were with him for so long. You must be so proud of your man and the spirited effort that Alex Moon made in keeping up with him.
Also, I'm proud of Pithie and what he's done in there, the way he put the shots together, moves around the ring, boxed beautifully, and Alex Moon, to his credit, he boxed beautifully as well, because it takes two to make a great fight. Moon played his part, tried right till the end, but there just wasn't enough, and Pithie deserved his winner. I had him winning by 5 points towards the end there.
A boxing underachiever, they called him. Well, Dean Pithie tonight has proved why he was such a talented amateur. And I'll tell you something, I wonder if Nassim Hamad's watching this with a wry smile, that the man who beat him in the amateurs has finally got a domestic title that he deserves. The Commonwealth champion, Dean Pithie. Magnificent moment for him.
Yeah, you can see what it means to him. You can see the passion in his face. He's worked all his life for this. Finally, it's come, and full credit to him.
What a night for Coventry. What a night for Dean the Pitbull Pithie from Willenhall.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of fantastic boxing, your referee Larry O'Connell has scored 116 to 115 in favour of the winner and the new Commonwealth Super Featherweight Champion, Dean the Pitbull Pithie.
What a magnificent advertisement for professional boxing. He's back nearly a decade after he won the English ABA featherweight champion. Dean Pithie takes a major professional belt here, the Commonwealth Super Featherweight crown. But only one round in it. All those defeats seem to take something from him against Gary Thornhill, Matabola, although he put that one right, didn't he? Michael Gomez, and then against Afif Djelti. But he has dug very, very deep. And all this in front of his home public. Not, it must be said, not the big crowd we were expecting here tonight, but the Pithie faithful showed up again, and they're the ones who get rewarded by seeing their man win a big one at last. And it was magnificent. Praise also to Alex Moon. But Dean Pithie is milking the moment, and who can blame him? We could be in for some more big nights here in Coventry. Here's our winner and his new trainer, who takes great credit, Steve Early, with Adam Smith.
Well, finally, Dean Pithie, at the age of 28, after so long, you have the Commonwealth title in the night of your life.
Oh, it's absolutely brilliant. I just want to say thanks for everyone having faith in the Pitbull. I love you. Love the lot of you, all my fans. You know, I'm glad I did it for you lot in Coventry. It's down to this man here, Steve Early, who's put me through it the past 6-7 weeks, and Kev having faith in me, and I'll just come back, and I'll come back stronger. You know, you've seen the real Pitbull there. I'm just buzzing my head off.
You made a very, very fast start, but Alex Moon stuck with you. It was a quality affair, and you know it was level going into the final round?
No, I didn't know it was level. I thought I'd won the first 8 rounds by my boxing ability. He weren't catching me at all. But then, you know, my left hand started dropping, as Spencer always says, stop dropping my left hand. And Steve was saying, come on, use that right. you know.
It was Steve Early that got you through this tonight. I mean, the corner sound was fantastic, and you thought he boxed brilliantly, didn't you?
He boxed absolutely sensationally. I mean, you can't underestimate the calibre of fighter that Alex Moon is. He's a tremendous fighter, and for Dean to pull it out, everybody says Dean hasn't got an engine. God, he was like the Stevenson's rocket tonight. He was fabulous.
You wanted this, didn't you?
Oh, without a doubt. I just wanted to prove to all my friends and that, you know, Dean Pithie is not just another has-been. I'm back now. I want to stay at the top. You know, two defences. I mean, I made the weight. Leave it out. You know, I made the weight so easy as well. You know, all down to Steve and just like my dedication and that. I thought this is my last chance now. Dean Pithie's got to turn it on, and you know, turn it on. It did. I'm just like chuffed. You know, I've done it for my mates, Kev, Steve, my mum and dad. You know, everyone. I'm just so chuffed now.
Yeah.
I don't get drunk, I think.
Yeah, and you, Charles, and you deserve it. Well done tonight, Dean.
Stay with us. Thoughts of Duke McKenzie and Nicky Piper on that display from Pithie as he goes away to enjoy himself. And more action. The youngster from Scotland, Tony McPake, making a few quick strides at lightweight tonight against David Hinds. That's next. Spencer Oliver, one of the many who've helped Dean Pithie along the way, but our new champion did it all by himself in there tonight. His best performance in recent years, certainly, and he is the new Commonwealth super featherweight champion. How much did you enjoy that, Duke?
He more than deserved it. You know, Pithie boxed out of his skin from the first to the last. He knew it was his last fight, and he went out there and boxed like it was his last fight. Wouldn't say die, tucked up, kept his elbows in because you know he's susceptible to a body shot. Boxed highly intelligent on the attack and on the defence.
Nicky, Alex Moon is a noted slow starter, but why could he not impose himself as he has been doing in recent big fights?
Well, he's very strong and he's very competent. He comes forward pressuring all the time. Usually gets into his stride late in the fight. But Pithie was the better boxer. He was faster and he was much quicker at the punch, and this showed in the first round. And you know, everything he was doing, he was beating Moon to the punch every time. Good right into the body there, left. Combination punches was all Pithie, and oh, great shots there, doubling up left body and head. In the fourth round, Moon started to come back into it, and he was landing the right hand and getting some success, and working his way back, and the right hand lands again there. And we thought then, you know, Duke and I were talking, that he was going to come back into the fight and start taking over. But, you know, Pithie proved that he was tough, and he came back and kept fighting well.
Duke, you've been critical of Pithie on previous occasions that he could not follow through on his effort. Why tonight was he able to do that?
Well, you know, he was always one step ahead of Alex Moon. Alex just didn't seem to get started at the races. He started off, you know, reasonably slow as we knew he would, but then even going into round 7, when we thought there would be a change in pattern, Pithie just comes back at him again and again, leading off with a right, coming back with a snappy left hand. He just had the speed and the movements to go with it.
And is this down to preparation, in your view?
Well, you know, you got to congratulate Dean Pithie, but also he's congratulated his trainer in Steve Early, who himself was a former British title challenger, and they worked together well, and it's come off tonight. You know, they had the right tactics from the beginning.
But going into the last round, Paul, I had Pithie only one round ahead, and I was sure that Moon was coming on strong, and I could see a draw happening here. But to be fair, I mean, Moon here was really putting the pressure on him. He won the last few rounds and he came back strongly.
It was always, Nicky, surely in Moon's mind that he would have to start to make it pay downstairs to the body.
Exactly, and he really started putting the body punches in. And I say, coming into the 12th, I thought he was really going to impose himself. He was landing some low blows, Moon didn't really get warned for it. But Pithie, during the last round, was fantastic. You know, he really showed all his guts. He fought back some great combination punches, and they were really mixing it up here. Really brave fighters, giving their all, and I thought that's a fair decision at the end.
Can he, even at this stage in his career, go on from here?
Well,
you know, you worry when you hear he's off down to the pub, because that, frankly, has been the problem.
Well, medically, they shouldn't be doing that, just want to say. You know, after 12 rounds of hard fighting.
That has been a problem for Dean Pithie after fights, but, you know, he's not going to go into a European title fight, because the European champion, Alfie Adiji, has already beaten him. So, but there are other great fights out there.
Let's get a sober reflection, shall we, from Spencer and Adam.
Yes, let's talk the boxing, and after 7 years of, well, mediocre stuff from Dean Pithie. Finally put it all together, and you were very pleased for him, weren't you?
Oh yeah, of course I was, because I know what it meant to him to actually get one of those, you know, proper titles. Commonwealth title is a valuable title, and he boxed beautifully, boxed well on the outside, really put those combinations together, and was a credit to him that he boxed as well as he did.
It was the rhythm, really, wasn't it, from Pithie? He didn't let Moon get close enough, and he just, he was so sharp tonight.
Pithie was the sharper of the two. We said that he was going to be the sharper. He worked well, he was putting the combinations together, but he kept it going. When Moon, we thought, was going to come on late in the contest, Pithie went with him, and that's what it meant to him. You could see the delight on his face at the end of there.
A line of credit to Alex Moon, who's been a good Commonwealth champion. Can he come back?
Moon, of course he can come back. He's a, you know, he is a good champion, and he's a good fighter, and he's, you know, he's only 30 years of age. He hasn't had that many hard fights, and yeah, he can come back on a performance like that.
But it's Dean Pithie's night, and how he deserves it after so long.
We understand briefly a correction to the scorecard. We now understand 116-114 from Larry O'Connell, but it doesn't alter the fact that it was a memorable battle. Now to the lightweight prospect we've got time to introduce you on the show here tonight. From Scotland, and the prospects are starting to come from Scotland now. This is Tony McPake. 5 professional wins out of 5, but he was a 3-time Scottish amateur champion. Let's see if he can make a mark here in Coventry against David Hinds. Nicky joining Spencer for commentary on this one.
For the first round.
So 4 rounds at lightweight between unbeaten Scottish prospect Tony McPake and Birmingham guy Dave Hinds. McPake in the white shorts, Hinds in the blue. And Spencer, this really should be a fight that McPake should be looking to win inside the distance if he's going anywhere.
Well, McPake is the prospect. Now 5 victories from his 5 contests, 3 inside. And they will be looking to build him up, and this is the right sort of fight for him at this stage. David Hinds, very experienced, 49 fights himself, looks to survive, but it'll be a good job if McPake can do him inside the distance.
Well, he hasn't been stopped now for 6 fights, Dave Hinds. He's lost them all, of course, on points. But he has been stopped 11 times during his career. And therefore, McPake, who's won 3 of his 5 victories inside the distance and carries a fair dig, should be looking to stop him, really.
McPake just trying to take the centre of the ring, pushing out that jab. Hinds just covering up well. McPake not really getting through with anything at the moment.
He's a good amateur pedigree, McPake. Boxed in the Commonwealth Games at the age of only 18. And he lost in the first round, stopped by a South African in 4 rounds, but that was no disgrace. And he's won 3 Scottish ABA lightweight titles. So he's no mug, this man. And Scottish boxing really is flourishing at the moment. Let's see if McPake can become another star. From up north, good jabs.
Yeah, looks to have a nice style. McPake keeps his hands up nice and high, just looking to measure him for that right hand. But taking his time, nice start from McPake, nice and controlled.
It is controlled, Spencer. Sometimes these young prospects are too eager, wanting to please everybody. Good right hand from Hinds, though. And he'll have been taught how to survive. He's obviously learning to do that. I said he's been stopped 11 times, but, you know, he's starting to survive these days. And Norman Nobby Nobbs, the gym he comes from, has certainly taught him well in the mode. Oh, good right hand there. Shook Hinds.
Yeah, solid right hand from McPake there.
Does carry a fair dig, but Hinds, in all fairness, is coming back with some shots of his own. Sometimes, you know, attack is the best form of defence.
Well, Hinds doing the right thing, keeping the hands up nice and tight. But McPake just looking to pick those shots. An excellent right hand there. Really took Hinds down to his boots.
Hinds is fighting regularly. He's boxed last month and lost in Tottenham to Dave Stewart. So he'll be fit, there's no doubt about that. But he'll need to be, because he's under pressure from McPake, who's banging those body shots in Spencer.
Yeah, stepping around the side, lovely there, and really picking those right hands to the body. Hinds taking those shots well.
Good job. He picks his shots well, McPake. Nice fading. There's not enough of that in boxing these days by young prospects. He's a good boxer. And they go back to the corners.
Second round, round 3.
So 3rd round, halfway through this 4-round lightweight contest. And Tony McPake doing the right thing, boxing well, using the jab, just waiting for the openings.
But this is where I'd like to see McPake now, picking it up, starting to put his foot on the gas and putting Hinds under some real pressure, because you felt towards the end of that round he could, you know, if he turned it up, he would stop Hinds, and that's what he needs to do. He's come out again, took the centre of that ring, ramming that jab out. He needs to follow up with that right hand and those hooks.
Yeah, he's been forced to hold a little bit himself there, left over the top from Hinds. And I think he knows he needs to be careful, give Hinds a bit of respect, decent pro. But as you say, maybe now with 2 rounds left, he should put everything into this. Good right hand lands again.
Solid right hand. Hinds took that shot well. McPake maybe needs to work on a bit of lateral movement himself, getting that waist moving a bit. Keeps his hands nice and high again with the solid right uppercut.
And that hurt Hinds. He was thrown to the floor, but make no mistake, he was hurt. The referee says no fight. Wait, he's hurt his jaw. He's saying, I think he's broken his jaw, Spencer, or certainly hurt it.
It was a solid right uppercut, right to the chin, and I feel that he maybe even broken his jaw. You can see the pain on Hinds' face.
Well, he certainly cricked it. Whether he could speak or not with a broken jaw, that clearly is another thing, but it was certainly a good right uppercut. He landed it in the second, and he knew he had success with it and landed it again. And whereas he forced his opponent to the canvas, and therefore the ref gave no count, make no mistake, he was hurt by it.
Yeah, we see the warnings in the previous round, a good right uppercut just towards the end of the previous round, and then again landed it there. He was really looking for that shot there, bam.
Right on the side of the jaw, and Hinds holding on, and a little shove to the canvas. But it was a decent punch.
You could see Hinds grimacing there as soon as that shot landed. Picked the shot so well, McPake. Again, you see it, driving the shot up. Look at the pain on Hinds' face there.
Yeah, there's no doubt that hurt.
Solid performance there by McPake. Looks like an excellent addition to the lightweight division.
Looks good. Okay, well, let's get the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, in 1 minute, 24 seconds of round 3, your referee has stopped the contest with David Hinds in no condition to carry on. Your winner from Scotland, Tony McPake.
Well done to McPake, and good wishes to Hinds, incidentally, who's been taken to hospital here with a suspected broken jaw. What about the winner, Duke?
Nice bit of variety to his work, got a nice high guard, went in behind the jab, nice little uppercut to finish the job. Looked pretty good.
Nicky?
Yeah, he's still learning, but he's got good potential. I think he could go somewhere. So, yeah, good prospect for the future.
What is he learning?
Well, I think he's learning to how to stop these guys. You know, when at the amateurs, you don't get guys as strong as this. And the boxers from Norman Obby Dobbs' gym are usually the most durable. He did a good job.
And finally, Duke, for the moment, briefly, please. Is this the latest Scottish prospect with the likes of Arthur, Limond and Harrison?
They seem to be turning them out at the moment, don't they? One after another after another. The prospects for Scotland at the moment look pretty good.
Just a reminder of our top of the bill here tonight, and it was a memorable affair, but Alex Moon has been beaten, and Dean Pithie is the new Commonwealth super featherweight champion by 2 rounds officially on Larry O'Connell's corrected scorecard. Ringside with all this week's news in boxing coming at 6:30 on Friday evening on Sky Sports 1, and our next live action Saturday Fight Night, later start time 10:30 next week, Saturday Fight Night. Top of the bill, light heavyweight, Tony Oki, the exciting Portsmouth fighter, against Andre Karstin. That's Sky Sports 3 for Saturday Fight Night next Saturday night at 10:30. Duke McKenzie, thank you very much for being with us. Dean Pithie, can he go on from here?
Absolutely, yeah. The world's his oyster. You know, I'm sure with the rededication that he's finally got now, he can go on and on.
Thank you very much, Duke, and also to you, Nicky.
Thank you.
And congratulations on the new arrival in the Piper household. You won't be getting much sleep, pal. Thanks very much for being with us. Pithie started the Coventry revival, and we'll all be back for more of it.
This is a make or break fight, I think, for Dean. You know, even for myself.
No excuses this time. No excuses whatsoever.
with that right hand.
And again, terrific combination. Speed and class from Dean Pithie. Is this the night that he puts it all together? The former amateur champion who's disappointed Gary Thornhill to derail him, but look how he's fighting tonight.
Higher in there. He is very, very big for a super feather. Again there, Pithie clusters and punches, getting through with the right hand. Moon still trying to press on hard.
Great right hand, and Moon has to give ground.
Like I said at the beginning, he's just one of the domestic